Welcome to the Low Country Revolutionaries, the podcast that dives deep into the heart of Charleston, South Carolina's vibrant entrepreneurial scene. I'm your host, Bill Bellott, founder of Veritas Exoscience, and each week we're spotlighting the boldest innovators from the Chucktown startup community. These are the visionaries pouring their heart and soul into the businesses that are transferring Charleston into a global hub of creativity and American ingenuity. Get ready for raw, real conversations with the trailblazers shaping our city's future. Let's dive in. Well, I'd like to welcome Aaron DeBenedetto, who wears many hats. Besides being a Lutheran pastor, he's also a tech junkie who grew up writing DOS code and has jumped in headfirst into the AI era. He started Mustard Code as a way to bless others so that they, in turn, could be a blessing to their families, teams, and clients. Welcome, Aaron. It's great to see you.
Thank you, Bill. I love being here. Thank you for having me.
So, Aaron, this is very interesting path you've taken from a Lutheran pastor to an AI tech junkie. How did you get here, and what are you trying to do in the AI space?
Oh, good question. Well, just a little brief history. Like you read in the bio, I grew up, my dad brought home one of the first PCs and just started playing with it, and I was obsessed ever since. The AOL with the weird dial-up sound, like that was music to my ears, and really just had a fascination with it. And as the years went on, just took an interest in all the major developments, the AI era that is happening. And this is a whole transformation of society. So much is going to change. It's akin to like the Industrial Revolution or the invention of electricity.
Right.
It's just revolutionary. So I have been getting excited and been following all sorts of podcasts and Substacks and anything I can get my hands on and get my ears listening to learn about AI, and find that a lot of people don't know the most basic tools, how to use them or anything past that. So my approach is to bless others. I think that's my faith background. I just want to bless people, help them. And then if I can help them bless the people in their lives and to save time and make more money, then that's great. So my AI product, I got a sales background as well. I used to run a painting company, and one of the headaches, of course, is outreach and lead prospecting. And so how to do that? So I actually partnered with another company on this regard with developing the software to propel lead generation and prospecting to the AI era.
Wow.
And we can talk more details about that. And then a follow-up system that basically automates all parts of the sales process, not to eliminate people's jobs, but to make those people who are working spend more time on their their sales call, their income generating activities, rather than doing busy work.
Right.
And maybe we can also, just in my recommendation, eliminate some meetings.
Right.
Get an amen from someone on the line, right?
Right. Yeah. So is it like helping with like one of the things I'll give an example of, like, I have to for a podcast, you have to do a lot of scheduling, and that takes up a lot of time, and that takes away from content generation, like what we're doing now. We're talking and interacting and having stuff. Is it kind of focused toward that kind of stuff, kind of eliminating some of that busy work, administrivia type stuff?
Absolutely. So with AI, you can program it to do almost anything. What we focus on is of course the lead generation. It finds the ideal client. We help you set up how it defines that, so it matches who your ideal client actually is, and then it only finds those people. And then there are several AI prompts, and you can write unlimited prompts. Research their SEO strategy, research the awards and achievements they've had in the last 10 years, research if they've had any construction activities, building programs or anything. Anything you can think of that AI would be able to research by crawling web pages and LinkedIn and all that. it can learn and then enrich those leads so that when you go to reach out to these people, you already know so much about them and you can speak in context to them.
Oh, nice.
And hey, it'll even write direct messages for you and email introductions. And so all you have to do is pick up the phone and then you've got all the information at hand. And we'll get to it in a little while, but we have a whole 4-bot system. So I was just telling you about bot 1, which is the lead generation bot, lead spot. We call it Prospect Panther, lead spot. And then we have 3 other bots to make a whole sales system that, like you said, does automation, sends out emails. If people respond to the email or the text messages, the AI responds back and saves a lot, and even books appointments for you. So if people are interested in their cold outreach, when they contact the company, they can even speak to a voice AI agent that will talk to them about their business and then book an appointment into your calendar. So you don't have to. So it's streamlining everything, saving a ton of money. And, that's basically the overview.
That's really cool. So, and one of the things you mentioned, SEO. So that's search engine optimization. What does that have to do with business stuff? I hear it all the time, but I would love to hear what you think of SEO.
Yeah. So Google basically writes the rules on everything, since they have over 90% of the search on their platform.
Right.
And they have this series of analytics and algorithms that says we need to boost this website because let's say you are a restaurant owner, Bill,
right,
and you get amazing reviews on your Google reviews. You have a great website that really helps people get information quickly. Google's going to rank you higher because you are offering good information for the people searching. It's like anywhere. You want to put forward the best clients or best representatives you have on your team. So Google's doing the same thing. So what I was talking about, the lead spot, is that depending on what your business is, you can program these AI bots in the system to research almost anything.
Right.
So if you're in the marketing world, if you have a marketing agency, you can have the bot research what the SEO looks like for a company, how it's done, if it needs work, and so on and so forth. So that's just one aspect.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So you think of any industry and how they want to find out information about their ideal clients,
right,
so that they can better target them.
And does it matter on what the size of the business? Can it be like, let me give you an example. Like we have, I'll give you maybe two different ends of the spectrum. We have small, really mom and pop companies that do like landscaping. And then we have like a giant company like Boeing that's in this area. Are you touching both ends of that spectrum, or are you focused somewhere in between that?
Well, I will say ideally the system works best with B2B businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So those that especially that have high ticket sales.
Right.
So that, because we want to say that the system pays for itself in one sale.
Right.
That's what we want to say. But it could be 2, it could be 3. You could pay for 5 years of the program with one sale, depending on how big your niche is. So one area that we focus on is heavy equipment manufacturers and retail stores, because one sale is hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Wow.
And so think of it this way, work backwards. Think of a large niche in our society. Like, let's say, well, with that example, contractors.
Right.
Contractors need heavy equipment
mm-hmm.
to do their work.
Right.
Who do they get the heavy equipment from, that is our ideal client then,
Okay. That makes sense.
because they are targeting a large niche of people that need their products, and they will recover the cost of our software in one sale.
That's amazing.
Now, small businesses can work too. I've even heard of restaurants restaurants using it for one guy in New York. This was someone else using the system. He had a restaurant in New York, and he wanted to have a big first day of
Right.
sales and just have a line out the door.
Right.
And so he used ours to identify the nearest companies, like large companies
Oh,
in
yeah.
the surrounding blocks, got all the email addresses from everybody who works in those buildings, and sent out a mass email campaign.
Wow.
And on the first day of business, they had so many people, they were wrapped around the block, that they couldn't even get served everybody. And that was brand new business. So there are ways to work with B2Cs. There are ways to work with B2Bs. And it just depends on your use case. But the short answer is yes. I mean, we can tailor it to whatever industry and niche that you have.
That's amazing. So let me ask you a sort of a different question. Why Charleston? What did you grow up here, or did you come here? What makes Charleston a great place to have your business?
Well, I mean, it's Silicon Harbor, right? That's what it's nicknamed.
I didn't know. That's the first time I've heard that. That's great.
Really?
Yeah.
That was on some website. I can't take credit for that. I think it was even the College of Charleston website.
Really?
They were trying to lure students in, potential students, by saying this is Silicon Harbor. So many startups in this area.
Right.
But long story short, I'm actually from Wisconsin.
Really?
And yeah, I met my wife online though, and when I saw that she was on the Isle of Palms in a bikini by a palm tree drinking Malibu and Coke, and she was cute. I mean, you can't say no to that. So
yeah, I mean, we don't have the snow like Wisconsin, so yeah, I'm with you on that.
Oh my gosh. And I met her in the cold of March up in Wisconsin,
Whoa.
20 below, snowing. But then we quickly fell in love, and first year of our marriage, we lived on Isle of Palms.
Oh, nice.
And well, for our marriage, we got married at Mount Pleasant.
Yep.
St. Andrew's Episcopal at that time, and I just fell in love with this place. Anyone who's been here for more than a day realizes that it's not just charming. There's a feel, there's a depth of history here, the depth of people,
Right.
of pride, of embracing the community as well, being kind. One of my side hustles back in the day was driving Uber.
Yep.
And people would say, "Oh, all those people from the Northeast coming down, buying up land and making our property value go high." And I said, "Yeah, And then they're like, "Well, they just have bad attitudes, and they're not going to be blah blah blah." And I said, "Well, just hold on a second." I said, "I believe in Charleston, because Charleston has a way of changing people."
That's true.
I haven't met a single person who hasn't been changed by this city for the better. And I love calling my hub is in Mount Pleasant, but Charleston area is home because it's just that special. So if you're listening and you're not in Charleston, come and visit, and I'll give you a tour myself.
Nice. Yeah, and it's a city full of people who are very passionate, eclectic, very spiritual. I've heard it called many times the Holy City. And I lived in Italy for a year as part of my job, and the Holy City was down in Rome, the Vatican, and all that. And so, like, to hear this, the Holy City, I'm like, wow, I've never heard that before. And so it's because we have Charleston has the largest number of churches within an area, something like that. Is that where it comes from?
Well, the original Holy City came from the fact that in the New World, we were we were the only city that welcomed all faiths.
Oh, really? That's
So
awesome.
yes, anyone could immigrate here. We have the first Reformed Jewish synagogue, I believe, in America. Don't quote me on this. Was here,
Somebody
and
will contact you from the podcast.
someone will contact me, or you will just be irate.
Yeah.
But there was a very large Jewish population in the beginnings. Of course, Germans, English.
Right.
I pastor 2 German churches. I mean, there's German heritage everywhere. So it's a special place because it's always been, on one hand, the home of slavery in the South,
Right.
which is something that we have to still reckon with and continue every day.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, too, a place of religious freedom and opportunity. So we hold those in balance, and we as a people here in Charleston, I will say, are just the kindest people. So
Yeah.
um,
And I kind of look at it in this way. I grew up in Georgia, so in what I call the Deep South, and I've always found in my life that the people that have the most scars, the deepest scars, the most interesting people, often also tend to be the kindest and most giving people. And I think that's part of some of the scars of South Carolina slavery and some of the other things that have gone on. And it's what makes us who we are, and the growth that we've come from that point. So I think remembering history is always important, and I always hear from people that live in Charleston, history is like part of the culture here, and it's always great. So, what advice would you give other entrepreneurs that are just starting out here in this exciting community?
Oh my gosh. Networking. There are countless networking groups in the area, from BNI, Business Networking International. I belong to that one.
Oh, nice.
Charleston Leaders. There's so many. And the advice would be, well, the temptation is to stay in our homes or in our small office or a rented office and just kind of work on our computers on our business. But really the magic is getting out and networking with people, and everyone here wants to help one another. So whether it's someone they know or they can use the service, it's great. And I think just a quick second piece of knowledge that I've learned is, always surround yourself with people who are smarter than you.
True.
There is a tendency in entrepreneurship to fake it till you make it, and kind of be this proud and have this big ego and kind of as a defensive mechanism. But honestly, you're going to get a lot further if you just speak less. We have one mouth and we have 2 ears, right?
Right.
God's
Right.
telling us you got to listen more. Surround yourself with people who are smarter than you. Take their advice, and do less of the radical cowboy stuff, and everything will work out a lot better. So those are my 2 things for the day, if I could offer.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I hope we'll have you on in a future episode, and I'd love to hear about some more things that you guys are doing at your company, Mustard Growth, and all the exciting things that are happening in Charleston community. So, Aaron, thank you so much today.
Well, can I invite people to something?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So just 2 quick things. Contact me if you're interested in getting 20 free leads. I'll walk you through the system. That's prospectpanther.ai/leads. And then secondly, I do a biweekly Friday at noon AI tips, tools, trends, news,
Nice.
kind of discussion where everyone's invited. And you can register for that at mustardgrowth.io/brain. Business Leaders AI Network. It's not a perfect
That's really cool
acronym, but yeah. So yeah, would love to see you all, and I look forward to getting to know the other people who are listeners.
Awesome. Yeah. anything we can do to learn more about AI, because it is a game changer, like you said. And I'll make sure I'll put that link in the description on the podcast and everything. So in case people don't remember what you said, they can just click on it. So thank you again.
My wife never remembers what I say. So
well, that's just being married, isn't it?
It's a blessing.
It's a blessing. Yeah. Well, have a great day.
Thank you so much, Bill. Thanks for having me.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Low Country Revolutionaries. Thanks for joining us as we celebrate the fearless entrepreneurs making wave in Charleston's Chucktown Startups community. I'm Bill Bellot, and it's been an honor to share these inspiring stories with you. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs a spark of low country innovation. Until next time, keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.